Covering the economy, where top officials of Standard & Poor's are defending their decision to downgrade the U.S. government's credit rating for the first time ever. They dropped it from the top-tier AAA rating one notch to AA+. Tonight, the New York Times is reporting S&P is calling the bitter standoff between President Obama and Congress over raising the debt ceiling a, quote, debacle, and warning that further downgrades may lie ahead.
You're looking live at the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C., where it is difficult to say right now how the downgrade of the government's credit rating might impact our economy or our wallets.
After a week of wild financial ups and downs, now this. News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran live in West Palm Beach with more on what might be ahead. Dan?
Well, Michael, Tanya, some believe this downgrade in the credit rating is largely symbolic, but others disagree, saying it's just a matter of time before the economic outlook goes from bad to worse.
This thing is going down, and it's going to go down. There's no doubt about it.
West Palm Beach's Tom Boronak sees the financial turbulence of this past week as foreshadowing for the U.S. economy.
And it's coming to a point where we're all going to be in trouble.
Boronak is like many Americans who see the nation's economic picture growing darker before it improves. More evidence, he says, came on Friday as S&P lowered the U.S. government's AAA credit rating.
To not have the kind of gold seal of approval is, I think, psychologically, emotionally, a shock.
Keith Jakey is an assistant professor of economics at Florida Atlantic University. He says despite the downgrade, the U.S. is still the most likely place for investors to put their money.
We're still, as the saying goes, probably the best house in a bad neighborhood.
But higher rates for paying off government debt, Jakey says, could mean a jump in interest rates for consumers. That could hurt those who buy from Marshall Greenfeld, who runs a small apparel business.
We definitely see a possible of a drawback in their purchasing power because of the amount of interest they'll have to pay on their credit cards.
Potentially paying more interest on everything, from credit cards to houses, says Jakey. That, he says, leaves lots of room for economic improvement.
I would hold in there. I wouldn't be making rash calls to your stockbroker or pension funds quite yet.
Now, it's unclear if and when interest rates will actually fluctuate because of that credit downgrade. Meanwhile, that economist warns us not to be surprised if we see more of that turbulence in Wall Street, the same that we saw last week. Reporting live in West Palm Beach tonight, Dan Corcoran, WPTV News Channel 5.